Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. I am in GT4 Moonfall Kildari Navy Assembly Plant, the GT Trade Hub. I'm sitting here in my glorious golden pod right here, a very nice skin I really like a lot. But I'm here because I wanted to talk about the Turbonerds of EVE Online, the nerds of EVE Online, including me. Oh, I consider myself to be a bit of a nerd because I've got this stupidly expensive pod skin, which was stupidly unnecessary of me to buy, by the way. But I wanted to talk about the people who've been playing this game a lot, actually, because I have seen some interesting posts on the EVE Online news, EVE Online, like dev blogs or whatever. There has been some interesting graphs of people who've been playing the game a lot. I actually saw this in the launcher. There was a post about EVE player data, okay, EVE player data. So I was thinking, okay, what is this data they're talking about? Because this sounds like something they want to take our data. They're going to steal our data, like they're taking our privacy or something like that. I'm just joking. Well, I was curious, what do they mean? Because I just said EVE player data. I don't know what they're trying to say, but they're talking about the different statistics of the different areas you've accomplished in EVE Online over the last years. They've been just looking at it. If they've drawn some interesting conclusions, you can see they're talking a little bit about these like EVE 2021 or like these New Year kind of videos you have where it tells you all the accomplishments you've had through the entire year. They're just talking a little bit about just general EVE data. So that is just what they're talking about here. Nothing too crazy. But something that I thought was very interesting was that we see that they've got like a video right here telling you of the players who've played the game most since I think 2012, maybe from 2012, yeah. And they're the people who were at FanFest when they had this, because this was apparently something that they had in FanFest. So I think this was a very interesting video to look at, so we'll look at it together. But before we do that, because they're telling you how many hours people played the game, before we do that, I want to check here the Steam reviews, because we get an idea of what people usually, how many hours people usually dedicate to EVE Online, because that's what I wanted to talk about actually mainly. How many hours do we play this game? Because this game has been played so much. Oh, recent reviews mixed, that's not nice. But I've played this game probably a few thousand hours. I don't know for sure because they don't have it currently in the game of a way to view the hours or how much you've played. They used to have it actually there was an app for the phone called EVE Droid, I think it was. EVE Droid Beta, I think that was what it's called. You can actually see how many hours each character spent playing. But I think they removed something from the API or something that you can't see anymore how many hours you've played the game. So my guess is I've been playing a few thousand hours, a couple of thousand, maybe 2,000 hours, maybe 3,000 hours, I don't know, something like that. But we can see here different people here not recommending after 200 hours, a lot of hours spent. But here, 3,000 hours. Oof, this guy really no chill right here. If you want a life, don't play this game. This is okay. Of course, some guy 3,000. Oof. 5,000 hours, don't do it. See now, what kind of hours are we talking about here? There's a lot of people with a lot of hours. 500 hours, 200, 400 hours, 600 hours. Like, a lot of these guys, they have a lot of hours. You can think, oh, they've been playing so much. But I think that you have to take into consideration is that this game has been around for so long. So if you divide everything, dilute everything out for the entire time of people playing the game, then it's maybe going to be a bit less. Maybe if you play, I say you play 2-3 hours a day. I mean, that's still quite a bit of time played video games consistently every day. But say you do that over 10 years, that is going to accumulate to a lot of hours. Like say, okay, well, 3 hours a day, hypothetically. I think that's quite a bit of time played a video game. Okay, 600 hours a year, 10 years, 6,000 hours. So, I mean, there are people who play a lot more than 11,000 hours and does not recommend the game, man. What? I can no longer good faith recommend this game to anyone. People are not really too happy with the events right now, but 11,000 hours and not recommending the game. Oof. Someone really has been done bad. So we've got 25,000 hours. Something I'm thinking is that it could be here is that people might be actually faking this. The reason why is because I think people maybe just leave their computer on with EVE on. Many people are AFK in EVE. So that could be a thing, actually. Could be a thing that people are like AFK, and that's why so much time is being spent right here. But seriously, 25,000 hours, that's a long time. 25,000 divided by 365. No, 24. That's 1,000 days divided by 365. divided by 365, that is 2.8 years, full years spent. Whoa. A lot of time spent right there. Oh. No wife, no life, this game for you. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of time spent right there. Okay, so let's check the super nerds of FanFest right here. Let's see how much hours we can expect from these guys. See if we can get anything big right here. So we'll maximize this and see what we got right here. Okay, we're at, how what are we at now? 1,400, Danny Snyder, Zack Snyder. I thought it was that guy from Endgame or whatever, that superhero film. Okay, 5,000 hours. Okay, seems okay. Now we've gone past, and it's only been 3 years now. We've gone past the Steam reviews right there. And keep in mind, isn't this from 2012? Yeah, 2012. So this is not like from the beginning of EVE Online. Some people could have a lot more. Okay, 6,000 already passed many of the people there in the Steam reviews right here. And I don't actually, let's not consider the Steam reviews to be legit, because I can imagine there's a lot of AFK people right here. I don't know if this is considering them to be AFK as well, but oh well, Blackberry has got 12k views. That's a lot of views. And not views, not views, hours. 14,000 hours. Oh, Danny Snyder, do ye is there's some serious hours going on right here. Oof. Oh whoa, look at that guy. Doyeye is really keeping up. Look, they're getting so many hours. Oh, 70,000 hours. That's a lot of hours. So I don't know if CCP has maybe calculated this somehow by like the alts. They probably just seen the IP address. Maybe they've calculated it based on activity or just logged in. I don't know. It could be also just be that they were AFKing a bunch as well. 22,000 hours. This 2012. Remember 2012 as well. 22,000 hours. Whoa. 24,000 hours. Dude spent 24,000 hours in 10 years. That's quite a few hours. Let's see how much that is. Okay, so if we have, what was it now? 20, that's probably like just under 24. So let's just say 23,700. That's how many hours spent. We divide this by 24. This is how many days you spent, divided by 365. 2.7 years divided by 10. So the guy spent more than 1/4 of the time he was alive for the last 10 years playing EVE. Oh, he must be really good at the game. He must be really good at the game if you spend so much time playing. He must be a real pro. I wonder if he's got a special kill board. Doyeye 3731. Doyeye 3731. But I don't know, maybe they could be considered to be AFK as well. So I can imagine, I don't think people would be spending 1/4 of their, like, this is including sleep I'm talking about. Let's say if it's including sleep, say you maybe sleep 8 hours a day. So then we'll multiply this by 10. No, actually divided by 10. Let's see, if we have 365 times 10, and then let's say you're averaging 8 hours of sleep a day, so that will be then multiplied by 0.66666. This is how many awake hours you've got. Awake days you've got. Okay. 23,800 hours divided by 24. Divided by the awake hours, 40% of your awake hours in EVE Online. So I think that maybe is, I don't know, maybe based on like AFK stuff. All these weird ads all over the place. Okay. So I guess this guy is moderately active right here. I mean, he's playing PvP now and then. I can imagine he's a lot of PvE or industry stuff or something like that, maybe. But this thing, I'm a bit skeptical right here. If people really do spend that much time, I'm guessing it could maybe be that people are AFK or half AFK. Maybe they've got like a mining alt when they're working. They can do that, because I actually used to do that. When I went in high school, I used to play EVE Online. It's funny enough, I actually did. Even in university, well, I also do play in university. I go to university right now. But when I used to study, I would have in the background my venture, because I was a complete noob, my venture mining in the background. So I mean, I was not really playing. I was very minimal, absolute minimal activity, just clicking mine, and then like I don't know how long, 5-10 minutes, and then click mine again. So it was very, very long. I wouldn't really consider that to be properly playing. And that you could consider that time, that's my time working. So I don't know, probably, yeah, I can imagine he was logged in 40% of his awake time, but maybe he wasn't actively playing 40% of his awake time. Something is that either this guy is maybe relying on EVE Online for a living, I don't know, maybe he's a streamer or something like that, or maybe he is like, but even then, if you're relying on it as your like way of living, you'll go insane playing the game so much. I don't know how you could enjoy the game so much. Maybe you've got a lot of friends, I can imagine that, and it always makes it a lot more fun when you got friends. It's like, you know, like it's a way to socialize. That's probably why. Maybe it is. Maybe he has been actively playing this whole time. Maybe he has a lot of fun in the game. I need to learn how to have that kind of fun that I would want to spend 40% of my days, daily life playing the game. Or maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't want to do that. I'd prefer real life, actually. But this is interesting to see. These graphs right here, interesting to see how much time people have been playing. And you have to remember, these are just the people who are at FanFest. There could be people with even more. Maybe the people here then considered to be more on the Steam reviews could be more those person with 25,000 hours who did not recommend the game. Oh, where was it? 25,000 hours. Yeah, okay, he did recommend the game. This is the 11,000 hours he didn't recommend the game. They're interesting to see what kind of hours people spend on the game, especially in FanFest. And if we could think now, if any people who were on that list, by some coincidence were watching, do you think that they were considering, like in EVE FanFest, were they considering the active play time, or were they just considered log in? Because I think they will definitely be logged in time, where they're AFK or something like that, because it'll be very hard, I can imagine, to track proper activity. Maybe they could track somehow how many clicks you've had or something like that, but that'll be very complicated, I think. So my guess is just how much time they've been logged in. But it's an impressive amount of hours people spend on EVE Online. I mean, I think that I spend way too much time in this game, but I come nowhere close to those guys right there. So they must be really good EVE players. So that's probably why I'm so bad at PvP. So that's a bit of discussion on the hours spent in EVE Online, the Turbonerds of EVE Online, the nerds of EVE Online. That's what it looks like. I think it's one of the MMOs where people spend the most amount of time, because this game has been around for so long and it is very hardcore. You spend a lot of time if you actually play it very, very seriously. I think a lot more than even World of Warcraft. I think it's a lot more extreme than less casual than World of Warcraft. I think that's the feeling I get from EVE Online. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it for now. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.